In the fire of the altar burned.
Good morning to you, our dear viewers. It's a beautiful Thursday morning. A heartfelt welcome to Family Thursday. Thank you so much for always being here with us and joining us. I've always been getting your comments, and let me tell you, I always feel motivated each day to have these discussions that can help our families. And if you're there and you still feel that there are things that we are talking about that are really helping you, just continue texting us and commenting, dropping your thoughts into our WhatsApp number, that is 0799200100, or on our socials, that is on YouTube and Facebook at Mizpah TV Kenya. I hope you're still continuing to strive to build strong and healthy relationships in your families, because we always say when our families are doing well, the nation will do well, and the church as well will do well. And that's why we always have our Family Thursday, to equip us, to help us learn and understand how we can live well in our families. And so today is another amazing day to learn, relearn and unlearn. And today's topic is very incredible. Remember that we continue to mark the Mental Health Awareness Month, and we are reminded that mental wellness, it's not just about an individual journey, but it can deeply affect our families, our homes, and also our children. And that's why today we are having an incredible topic, a rare one and also a deep one. We're talking about the silent struggles in Christian homes. You know, Christian homes, outside you may see them as they're doing well. They're all, maybe some of them are leaders, but deeply when you get into their homes, you'll understand that they are passing through silent struggles, anxiety, emotional burnout, and all that. And that's why we want today to break the mental health stigma at our homes and uncover those silent struggles, and also their causes, and also most importantly, how we can equip our homes to be safe spaces for healing, not for hidden struggles. And with me today, I'm joined by an incredible guest, Christian counseling psychologist, Mrs. Jane Nganga, who is always here to help us understand and learn about our families. So just stay tuned as we uncover this topic. Good morning.
Good morning to you, my dear.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, I'm excited to be back here.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm always happy to be here.
Yeah, we always love you when you're here. You help us understand more.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can say hello to our viewers.
So, praise the Lord, our dear viewers. I'm happy to be back again to share with you. And I must say, this is something that I do passionately from my heart. And like you've introduced me, I'm a Christian counselor.
Yeah.
And I got into psychological Christian counseling because I realized that in spite of people being Christians, mostly in Pentecostal churches, they are born again, they are spirit-filled.
Yes.
Yeah, but they still have a lot of struggles that they deal with. And this issue, like we are looking into the issues of mental health. Mostly, they affect their mental health.
Yes.
And the whole family where they come from. Yes.
Wow, thank you so much for that, and for allowing yourself to get into that, because it is not rare to find a Christian counseling psychologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe before we get into uncovering the silent struggles, this month is the Mental Health Awareness Month. How is it important, especially for our families?
It's very important for families because we are all a product of a family.
Yes.
I always look at a family like a farm. So when you plant whatever crops, the end product, the produce, depends on everything that you do in that farm. So individuals being products of family, whatever they become, whatever the end product is of you and me as an individual, depends on whatever went on and continues to go on within a family.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, very true.
So
And
whether it's mentally, because an individual, you don't just look at an individual one-sidedly. It's not just about giving you the physical food and you're looking healthy, and maybe you are minus disease and you're educated and all that.
Yeah.
Even mentally, the way you are able to have an outlook in life, the way you process things, the way you appraise whatever is happening in around you, is manufactured, or it is a product of how people within your family did that. Yes.
Wow. So it is important, very important. Our families out there, I hope you are taking caution of this Mental Health Awareness Month. Take it seriously. And you said there are silent struggles in Christian homes.
Definitely.
Why do you think that they pass through those things and they don't speak out?
Because number one, let's say that those struggles are there because a Christian is a human being. Let's say, for example, today I become a Christian today. If I become a Christian, it doesn't mean the things that have been happening around me within family or other places, workplaces, in the whatever environment I am in, have changed. It's only me who have made a decision, but all other things haven't changed.
True.
But we are saying we have the powers, some things to change, but some we can't.
Yes. What about some phrases, maybe like, you'll be okay, God got you, like some phrases, yeah, you get the phrases I'm talking about, that can make someone aogope ku even speak out.
Sometimes I feel like when we become Christians, we it's good we have faith in God, but the truth is that there are some things that we can act on. There are things we can do to change our circumstances. So if I meet with you and I know you have a problem, and I tell you things will be okay, it's because maybe I don't have an immediate solution. Or it is still good because I'm encouraging you to continue trusting in God. But in reality, it tells you that there's something you as a human being need to do. But maybe it is not within your awareness. So maybe we stay with these silent struggles because of the cover of faith, that of course Jesus, it got finished at the cross. But in spite of that, in spite of that faith that we have, there are things that we need to physically do, which maybe we don't. Or maybe we do not know what to do. We do not know what to do. And maybe to take you back at the beginning, we've talked about Christian counseling. I think these are some of the things that really drove me, because I would want to be in a position whereby people are able to speak out. Maybe you're not yet there to see how we can deal with these struggles. But I think I did Christian counseling as a response to that, because I realized people need to be to receive psychoeducation.
True.
They need to understand that there are things that they need to talk about. And when you talk about it, not because I'll come and give you a solution, but we can dissect whatever problem it is, and then we see what is it that you can do. You understand it better. You understand yourself. Why is this happening? What is it that I can do? What are the other things happening around me? Are there things that I can do, or what other systems are there that maybe can be of use? So that is a bit of what counseling is all about. Not really offering solution, but being able to look into and dissect a problem and see what is it that is it within your ability to do and make things different.
And that's so amazing of you, if you've decided to take that route of helping Christian homes, because many of them, they might even be leaders in the church, or maybe they are in the maybe praise and worship and all that. They are in the light, but they are passing through issues. They fear maybe speaking out because of wataonekana. Maybe you also pass through struggles.
That's called judgment. It's because we imagine we are out of this world, and we are not. Everybody is prone to struggles. Even Jesus himself, who did not go pick any character in the Bible and tell me which struggle, you know, they also went through struggles in spite of them being great men and women of God. There are so many. Let's say, for example, like Hosea. Hosea, a great prophet, but he was married to
a prostitute.
Imagine, you are married to a prostitute. What do you think he was going through?
I know,
and
a lot of judgment out there.
But he had to give out the prophecies of God in spite of that. Yes.
Wow, I love that statement.
Yes.
And that should go to our viewers. If you're in a Christian home, maybe when you're a leader, or you're in the light in the church, if you're passing through struggles, don't fear.
You are not immune.
Yes.
You are not immune so long as you are in this world.
Well, you're in the flesh.
Yes. You could be a parent like me and you have children, and you know they have their life, you have yours. But you can find that maybe their path of life is not okay, and you may feel like you're ashamed as a Christian, but surely it doesn't mean you stop being a Christian because of that.
Wow, thank you so much for that. Now we can uncover the struggles pole pole, those struggles that are in Christian homes.
So it all depends. Like maybe I've started by mentioning maybe like because I'm a mother, you could be a parent, you could be I'm a wife, you could be having problems in your marriages, and they are there.
Oh,
that is the truth and the reality. Let's say maybe you can unpack that. Let's say like you have gotten married, you are young like you, and then the body that you get, you two are from two different worlds.
Yeah, definitely.
And when you get into marriage, it's when the reality of you and the reality of the other person really comes out. Why? Because you all have what I call baggages. You have good and bad things from your background, because you are from two different backgrounds. If you, for example, you experienced trauma, if you are from a dysfunctional family, but you've become a Christian, and you are such a beautiful girl, and you know you've met this young man, he has met you in church. Also himself, maybe let's say he's from a background opposite of yours. He has been brought up by loving parents. You know, he was provided for everything, and then you meet. Do you know, you people, you look at things differently. Very true. And as we talk of mental, you know, you are shaped the way you look at things. One of the factors that shapes that is your family of origin. And I've said again that a family is like a farm. All the inputs, whether it's fertilizer or water, you are weeding, whatever, that is the package that you become. So that farm where you have come from and where he has come from, and you come together. Unajua hata hiyo ni kama ng'ombe ya Fresian uipeleke in a very hot place. Unajua haitadu mkutane na hiyo ya pande hiyo come together. So those are some of the struggles that so you could be Christians, but the truth is you can have issues. Why? Because of the way you look at things. Maybe we umelelewa na house help, kila kitu umefanyiwa. Umekuta boy amefuswa ni kustruggle, lakini si amepatana yeye, you are Christian and you look wonderful, you are good, you are talking nice, you have the brains, you know. Okay. So you have a meeting of brains, which is very good. But now when you come into the house, like he expects 1, 2, 3, 4.
And you're not doing.
Yes, you will tell him, oh, I want a house girl, and then I'm like, no, me have been brought up like a woman is supposed to do everything in the house, and you are like, oh, we are in a different times. So you are working, I'm working, you know, all those things.
Wow, I love that. I love the fact that you're talking about conflict in marriage.
Because
I'm trying to
it's
think,
normal.
Because I'm trying to think, people think that in Christian homes, now because you're a Christian marriage, you can't pass through issues. And especially, let's talk about a young couple, wameshafanya harusi kwanza kwa kanisa. They were beautiful. We all expect that there is no conflict.
Ukutane kwanza maybe na temperament, ukutane ile kitu inakufurahisha, pengine you realize with the time kube you thought how you can make him happy. See if anapenda kufanya wakue happy. So you all those, and you are like, oh, kwani unapendaga nini? You get why? Because maybe before mlikuwa mnaenda out, unakula vizuri, uko well put together, hata he is well put together, lakini ujue akifika kwa nyumba pengine anatupaga viatu wapi na socks.
Yes.
You get and you start getting irritated. Why? Because of the socks, because of the shoes. Mulipatana out, hakutoa viatu, kute pungupe kutoa. Sina you know, those small things. Do you know those are the things that make people really quarrel in a marriage?
Imagine.
Sometimes not very big, very big things. Ukute pengine you are a happy person, unaletaga mabest, your relatives, na yeye anapetaga a quiet space. So watu wakikuja ni issue. Lakini not, you know, you are still very good Christians. Yes, very good Christians. And you come to church. Lakini you are having issues. You are having angry, you know, you are making each other angry. Pengine mtoto hata inaweza kuwa tu ni mtoto alimes Bahati na ana expect to kuwe perfect.
So it means if you are in a Christian marriage, unafaa kujua the other person is not as perfect.
Yes. And then what you need to know is that in life you need to grow. That every time you are growing, as you get to know each other, even in a marriage, you grow and become better every day. So you become each other's support systems, and be aware that you are different from the other, and your differences are good. You can complement each other. You don't have to be like you are similar in every way. Even twins are not. Yes. So those differences should be your strengths actually. And if there are things you are not okay with each other, you work on them every day, but you become support systems for each other. So that positive outlook will help you to grow as a couple.
Wow, our Christian homes, I hope you're getting this. This be a support system for each other, even for the children. Maybe can the children have silent struggles?
Definitely, depending. Depending, like, let's say if the couple has a problem, the children will definitely have silent struggles. Yes, definitely.
Some of the struggles children pass through, can you maybe unpack them?
Like being silenced, maybe. Like maybe you are not helped to express yourself, because maybe once the child is exposed to the outside world, because a child goes through stages, and the place where they'll be able maybe to realize is when they are able to express themselves, because they've been exposed to school, the things they are being told, they've been exposed to church, they've been exposed to their peers, and as they grow, they are in high school, they are also experiencing their own developmental changes. Eventually they are in college, they are in the university, and the world has become big. And of course, not forgetting the world of the internet, which is making us be in a global village. So, and this will help in shaping a child differently. And you can find your child being very different from you. And therefore, because of those differences, you can have conflicts. They can have struggles because maybe they are not allowed to be themselves. They are not allowed to see things differently. They are not, or they are made to live in a very strict environment, depending on the parenting style.
The parenting style.
The parenting style. And we have the different parenting styles. One time I watched you unpack that with somebody. Yes.
Wow.
So it depends. Let's say, for example, if the parent is opposite of democratic, is dictatorship. You know, with dictatorship, it is either my way or the highway. You are the makers of the rule as parents, the rules in the home as parents. The children are not participants, and you know, it means that at a certain age they might disagree with you.
True.
Even when they are very young, you tell them, you do this, and they tell you, "Mommy or Dad, I'm thinking different," but you are not given that space. Yes, you are not giving that space.
Okay, thank you so much.
Children can have silent struggles. Let me give an example. Like, I remember when my son was very young. For me, I believed like going to people's homes is wrong. Like, we restrict our children from getting from one house to the other. So what I did, I disciplined my son outside. So I get him from a certain house, and then I discipline, and it was in front of the other children. That was bad.
That was
I
bad.
learned my own. I learned immediately that was wrong, because it was wrong to discipline.
Yeah.
Because now the others started making fun
of him.
Yes, that was quite
yeah,
wrong.
and you can find that he's passing through that in the inside
So, but yes, exactly. So those are the small struggles that sometimes we do overlook. Yes.
Wow.
Let's say even like dressing. As they grow up, you want your children to dress in a certain way. Nao hawataki. Especially wakianza kuwa wajua kuchoose. They know what is trending na wewe hujui. Unaenda unawanunulia nguo, ukileta havai. Ama unamforce avae in a certain way. But of course we've got to encourage modesty. Lakini unaweza kuta ni kama wewe hujui ile ina trend. So na hata ongea. Do you know what anaweza kataa kwenda kanisa?
Just because of dressing.
Just because of dressing. Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Na hana opportunity, hata huwezi mpe opportunity ya kuji-express. Yes.
Wow.
Ama kumpe opportunity ya choose. Ama mu strike a balance as you go to shop together.
Wow, we are learning. Our viewers, I hope you are learning. We need to go for a short break, but we are going to come back with more struggles, and we want to understand what are these struggles that are happening in our Christian homes, and what are the causes. And again, we want to understand how we can equip ourselves that our families can be a safe space for healing. See you shortly. They are well, they are doing so well, but in the inside, when you get to their homes, you might find that there are a lot of silent struggles, and that's what we are uncovering today. And with me today, I'm having Mrs. Jane Nganga, our Christian counseling psychologist, who is shedding some light and helping us break the mental health stigma in our Christian homes. And before we get into the discussion, I want to welcome all ladies to the Ladies of Nobility monthly prayer meeting this coming Saturday. All ladies, if you are a lady, or you have some friends who are ladies, ama you're a man with a wife, or you have sisters, we just welcome them, because on this coming Saturday, that the 17th of May 2025, we are having the Ladies of Nobility monthly prayer meeting that is happening here at Mizpah House of Prayer, Bahati, Nakuru. This is a time to equip ladies and train them to walk in their divine calling, and also to come together to pray and intercede for the family, for the nation, and for the church. It is a good time for the ladies to come and pray for the Christian homes, as we are uncovering these silent struggles, because they are real and raw in our families. So just come, it's a free entry, and for more information just contact 0727 766 553. It's starting from 9 a.m. and we have an amazing guest who is Reverend Beatrice Karaoke, and she has a lot of insights and wisdom, and I know definitely you will be blessed. So we welcome all of you. Let's get into the discussion. Mrs. Jane Nganga,
yes,
thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know you'll be part of the Ladies of Nobility.
Yes.
Lakini tutajua zaidi.
Yes.
Yes, maybe you can welcome one lady, ama wawili.
Wow. Thank you. I love you, and I desire that you all come, because my mantra is do not be left behind. As we grow and as we get equipped to become better women in society, and be able to serve in our churches, in Kenya, and beyond. So I also say that when you are outside school, you never go to a school where you are taught the ways of life. The church is the best place, and not just the church, but the smaller groups like the Ladies of Nobility here at Mizpah. So you are most welcome, all ladies. all over Kenya and beyond.
Well, thank you so much for
Yes.
inviting us. We will definitely come. I know my viewers hawataniangusha.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, so like, we are continuing to uncover the silent struggles in the Christian homes. And let's talk of infidelity. You know, infidelity kiangaliwa hivi inakaa ni kama it's not in a Christian home, but I know it is. What can you say about infidelity in Christian
Okay, as you ask that question, I was even asking myself what you mean by Christian homes.
Wow, maybe you can tell us that.
Actually, I'm wondering, what do you mean by Christian homes? It's a home whereby you know, we can look at it in very different ways. Because we have maybe that ideal home, you're thinking that the two came together when they were Christians. Okay. And their foundation is everything Christian. You can also have another home whereby maybe they didn't they are religiously Christian, and when they got married they did not necessarily get married within the foundations of Christianity. There are different ways how they, but along the way
they got born again.
They got born again. Yes.
So we are speaking to those people.
But it doesn't really matter. You'll find that all these families where we have Christians, they have struggles. Yes, they have struggles. Yeah, so you're talking about infidelity. Wow. Hey, okay. We have seen it in Kenya. It is all over the media. Yes, people who are professing Christians being involved in infidelity. It's very unfortunate because these days getting news, it's very fast. We've seen them in the mainstream you know, media, in whatever. And you see pastors, you know, big people who are Christians. They've been gotten into this problem. And even when you dig down into the church, these problems are there. Infidelity, I must say.
It is there.
Yeah, we cannot deny. Yes, we cannot deny.
Oh my goodness.
We cannot
what
deny.
are the causes of infidelity in a Christian home?
So, I would basically say it before it sins are sins. Infidelity is one of them. Yes, going outside and maybe just like any other home, why do we have unfaithfulness? We could be having maybe partners who are staying apart. Or you could be having one partner who is not a Christian as such, and then getting involved. But you can even have those who are born again and they still look elsewhere. Yeah, they still look elsewhere. Maybe they had girlfriends or boyfriends before, and they decide, I have married this one, but they are still having strings attached to this other person. They were not able to break those ties. Yes. So maybe those are some of the things that happen. Oh, so it is real. And because you cannot say like maybe not all people get married to their first love. Maybe there are many others they had eyed and then they decided. But even after that, they still want, let me find out, maybe this one or could have been better. Maybe they have gotten a problem. Like we have already said that you could have many other problems. They could be financial, they could be others. And then they decided, maybe this other person
will have some
could have been better. Maybe I made the wrong choice. Yes.
Now what can be done? Because if they're realizing that and they're already in marriage, what can be done now?
I think now, how can we help Christians resolve the problems? And that is where now Christian counseling comes in. Yes. And even before Christian counseling, I think we also need a lot of psychoeducation in the church. So not just going to church and getting the preaching, but we should consciously and you know, decide that we need psycho-education for different groups depending on the needs in the church. I know most of the mainstream churches, they do that. The mainstream churches, they do that. But maybe the emerging churches, they may be missing those structures. I may not have the facts and the numbers, but you realize, I think there are more problems in now the emerging churches, those some of the problems you are talking about here, than in the mainstream churches, because they have structures where they offer a lot of psycho education. They also have counselors. I don't want to mention churches where they have employed counselors within the church. Why? Because they've realized people have issues. So it's not just about preaching and having faith, but can they be listened to by people who are professionals, and together they find out the way forward. How can they be able to resolve the problem? So I think this is something that you really need to invest in as a church. Psychoeducation, and also offering services for Christian counseling, and also demystify counseling. That counseling is not for the sick. It's not like you are mentally sick. You just normally function and people see like you are okay. But like you are talking today, you have your own silent struggles that you don't want to talk, you know, about. But I think in the current world, we've got to encourage ourselves to really speak out.
It is very well to speak out.
Like I normally hear people say these days, useme ikifanya nini?
Ikutoke.
Yes. So counseling is about that. Actually, counseling is about useme ikutoke. Yes. And you feel better, you feel more relieved. And when you feel better, you are able to think more rationally and be able to look into, how do I resolve my problem? How can we resolve this if you're having a problem within the marriage? How can we resolve this if you're having a problem with our children? How can we resolve this if you're having problems maybe with our neighborhood, or we're having problems with our extended family members?
Wow.
Watu waseme
iwatoke.
Yes.
What about
watu waseme sana, even within families? Yes.
What about if one spouse is passing through silent struggles, like maybe let's talk of depression and some anxiety? How should the other couple react? Or how first let's talk of how the other couple can aweze kuelewa the signs and symptoms of this person is passing through silent struggles. How is that person looking like?
A depressed person.
Yes, or so a partner who is passing through the silent struggles.
So there could be many telltale signs, like maybe withdrawal. It's a key. Like if somebody was very outspoken, maybe they used to talk, they used to converse, but they become withdrawn. That's a definite sign something is not okay. And then the other things, like maybe somebody is not eating the way they were eating. Either they eat less and it's not fasting, or they eat a lot. You know, depression, or when you're having mental issues, there are people who get comfort in food. So they could be eating a lot, and you think it's appetite. People see them looking healthy, they're adding weight, and they don't know that weight actually they are having something that they are struggling about. If it's a child, or even it's a couple, being irritable. Irritability. Getting, you know, is like you say something and you know, yes, and they talk a lot, even they breathe things actually that they are not even related to what maybe the current issue is. It tells you there is a lot they have bottled up. Either that has to do with the two of you, or within the family, or they have their own other issues. Or you might say something, you know, and they react in a way that you didn't expect. It means maybe you are making them remember things, or you are bringing back memories. You are bringing back something that they experienced into the here and now. And then if you are questioning, then it tells you there's something that is not okay. But specific about depression, like I like using the word, you know, it's you are in somewhere deep, and it is a mood issue. So your moods are in the extreme on the downside. Yes, that's what depression is all about. And if they are in the extreme on the downside, your energy levels could be low. That means if you are with somebody, you realize that they are no longer as motivated. They are not as self-directed as they used to do. They are not as visionary as they used to do. Or they have started a project and then maybe all of a sudden they are no longer motivated. Imekaa katikati ama quarter way or third way, and then they have stopped and they are no longer interested. So it tells you something is na si kukosa pesa, but they are simply demotivated. Why? Because sadness is about on the down, in the deepest,
the deepest
side. Huna motivation, huna energy levels, huna, you know, they are very low. You know, huna furaha. You are not happy at all, and they don't find hakuna kitu inamfurahisha. Yes. See, okay, I'm talking because I'm a woman. Even maybe it's a man, hakuna kitu tampikia.
Akuli.
Aone ni kizuri, maybe you have prepared and okay, maybe you do the house or many other things that you imagine can make them happy, and they are not. You could also find the same with a child. They are not eating. Maybe they're having a problem, maybe in school they're having a problem with the others. It tells you something is not
okay.
Or they change and decide to do something, and then they start doing things that are anti-Christian, because maybe they're experiencing some frustration, or because they're experiencing burnout as a Christian. In one of my programs that I host on Sunday morning, I have talked about burnout, and one of the burnouts is, you know, burnout as a Christian. You can experience that. Maybe there's something they have been praying about, and they see like the prayers are trusting and having faith in God for a certain thing is concerned, and therefore they might react negatively and decide to do things opposite, and you are like, oh, we are Christians and this person is doing this. Maybe even the company they are keeping. Some even start to drink silently. And
they're not saying it. Yeah, very true. And now that there's such a person, now you've said the signs and symptoms are those ones. And maybe the other partner is not even recognizing them. Or there's such a child and the parents are not recognizing them. And that partner is just talking rudely to them. Like, mbona siku hizi unafanyanga, ama anaambia mtoto mbona, like, how can the other partner or parents do to help that person instead of bad mouthing them and making them feel more bad and all that?
And I think that is now what brings an explosion. That is what can even lead to disintegration of a home. Why? And I said earlier on that we need to be each other's support sisters. I think that should get into that in this journey of life. When you get a partner, you are growing together. You help each other to grow. It is you who can be able to see my back. Challenges or shortcomings or areas that I need to work on. You can be able to see them more than I can see. So what I require is a positive feedback. Okay? All areas I need to work on that are told to me in a very sensitive manner. So I guess in a marriage, in a home, people didn't need to mind how they give feedback to their partners. Let me call it feedback, whether not, you know, opposite or now what you are calling bad mouthing. So how do you calculate your words? Like I've realized like this, this is, you know, this is what you are doing differently from what I expect.
But I'm trying to think, there's one partner who is also passing through the same struggles, and then there's the other partner who is passing the same struggles. So you can imagine, that being support
there'll
system.
be fireworks now. Ukoni fireworks, and I definitely want to say that people need help, and they need to know that seeking for help is not a weakness.
It's not. Wow, I love that.
Seeking for help is not
a weakness.
Actually, one of the things that is causing explosions of mental health is people not seeking for help. If you do not have a professional near you. You know, I always say these days we are Google smart. You only need to look for counselors near
YouTube me. Or
yes, in fact you'll get if you Google you'll get contacts. Like if you are within Nakuru, if you Google you'll get contacts. You will get, and then you just need to call. Yeah, I'm sure you. If there are people even who are offering counseling online, yes, they are there. Even if you want to get online counselors near me, Google that, you'll get. Yes, they are there. We are many of us these days, very many, very many. Yes.
Is there a possibility one can get toxicity from the outside, alete kwa nyumba, ikwe one of the silent struggle that they are passing through in the family?
Definitely, definitely. And this toxicity can come from different corners. It can come from your own family of origin.
Oh.
It can come, you know, interference from your family. Yeah, it can bring that.
Yes.
Okay. It can come from your friends. It can also come from your, okay, you've talked about the job place. So, and you know, in the workplace, you are dealing with people.
Yes.
So what do you talk about? What do you get from them?
Yeah.
So, and if you allow that as an individual, it means the problem is not the workplace.
It's you.
The problem is not even your family of origin. The problem is you. It is you who decides what you get into yourself. You have the ability to save. You have the ability to save what you take. You don't take everything that you get from people. Even as we speak today, you know there are things you disagree with and you feel no. Take what you are comfortable with. Throw away. Even when we go to church, do you know even as preachers preach? Have you, if you listen carefully with another ear, there are some things that preachers will say actually that you feel you are not okay with. You disagree. Why? Because it's their own personal view.
Yeah. Wow.
True?
Yeah, very true.
Yes. So whether it's in the workplace, if you are absorbing, then it means it's you who has the problem. Where do you now absorb kila kitu, and you are supposed to determine what gets into you. And not just from the workplace, even whatever you watch, whatever you read, the friends that you associate with, you determine. It is you who determines.
Wow, thank you so much for that. Now, as we wrap up, I want you to tell a viewer how they can make their home a safe space for healing and for love, and not feeling like there's toxicity in the home. And also tell them where they can find you as a Christian counseling psychologist.
So this is a conscious effort. It is people who make decisions. You see, like, let's say, for example, if you have come to Mizpah, all these that you see around started here. They are ideas that have come from someone or a lot of people, and then with the time they've been put into this beautiful place. Mizpah is very beautiful. So if it comes to your home, it is you who determines if you want it to be a safe haven. So it is you who decides what are the things that we are going to do so that the home is the most comfortable place for all of us. So that every day when you are going out there, the place you miss most
is home.
Why? Because you are loved, you are accepted, you are allowed to be yourself, your growth is supported, you are listened to, okay? Yeah, and you are not thrown away. Yes. Home is whereby you are corrected with love. And you are also guided and given information. Yes.
Wow.
But all the parties in a home, they must work together and decide this is about us. Even as children grow, they become part of this. Yes. It is us who make that. Yes.
Oh, thank you so much.
Lakini moja akiwa anaenda hii direction na mwingine, it won't work. It won't work.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing. We have really learned. Our viewers, I hope you have learned something. Let's continue building our homes. Let us continue supporting one another. We've been told, be the support system of your partner. And again, if you want your home to be a safe place, you are the only one who is able to determine that. that. Thank you so much for being part of Family Thursday today. Make sure you also share this link to your families and friends, because I know it will really help a lot of families. See you next time.